Hey guys, so this week's video is going to be really short, but I wanted to talk a little bit about worm castings. Sorry, my phone keeps auto-focusing. Okay, hopefully that fixed it. Sorry. Anyway, so I want to talk about worm castings. And basically, for those of you who don't know, worm castings are worm poop. So kind of like the way people use manure. Like cow manure and spread it on fields. Same concept, except for it's worms. It doesn't need as much breaking down. So you can buy it online or lots of other places. You can build an earthworm, or not an earthworm, bloodworm? You can build a worm box and fill it with the appropriate kind of worms and make your own basically, which would be cool, but I'm not doing that right now. The point is, I decided to buy some this year. Just, as an experiment. And I've had some crazy results. So last year I planted my tomatoes basically about the same time, kind of beginning of February, just to give them plenty of time to grow, and get a good size. And honestly, when I planted them out in May, they were probably, I'd say, I don't know, no more than 6 or 7 inches tall. I mean, they looked all right. They were just small, which I kind of figured, I started them early, but, they grow slow and it's not the best conditions. But I kept them basically the same way. I keep these under either a grow light or next to the window, kind of alternating between the two. And this year, the only difference really that I have is I've used worm castings with them, which all my plants have done better. But the tomatoes have really gone crazy, so I wanted to show you how big they are. Let me stretch my stick out here so you can get a better view. So, sorry, these are my tomato plants. Now, they're not all this tall, but I mean, that's a good 12, at least 15, 18 inches tall. There are some that are more normal sized, but it's a different variety. Like, you can definitely tell the difference in the varieties. So this is a striped germ, and they're a little bit more compact, I guess. And then the grape tomatoes are still tall, but fairly well balanced. Like, it stands up pretty well by itself. That's probably about 15 inches. I don't know if I'm estimating that. No, I guess that one's grown a bit too. Anyway, but these are a variety that my mom gave me seeds for. And like, as you can see, I've had to stake them because they're just so tall. I mean, I've kept a fan on them and everything. They've been right under the light, like not like reaching for the light or anything. I've already like potted up the stems twice. Like, I put the roots at the very bottom and just keep adding dirt up. So right now it's not even April yet, and these things are already, so that's what, 2 months basically, February and March, and they're already so huge. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. So next year I'll definitely be using worm castings, but I won't be starting them until, probably like maybe the middle of March at the earliest. So worm castings work great, but you will have to adjust your planting time frame because your plants will grow. I promise. Even my cabbages, they had the same amount of leaves as they did like last year when I planted them out. Oh, I've got paint on my head. Here, don't look at that. So they had the same amount of leaves as the ones I planted out last year, but you could tell just from looking at the plants, the plant itself was significantly larger and the leaves were a lot larger and healthier leaves. So, worm castings, I definitely recommend them. I'll leave a link in the description below for the ones that I got. I got mine on Amazon. I think it's like a 30-pound bag. It's really fairly inexpensive, and it really works